Logan. Oh my God.
Welcome to Oasis. This is our first podcast as a team. And today we just prepared some questions to get to know each of us about our story, how we started. And yeah, so I'm Logan.
My name's Kurt.
Franco.
James.
And yeah, so I have a list of questions prepared on my phone. I'm going to look at them and we'll get into it.
I'm excited, bro.
So the first question, how did you get started in coaching and what pulled you into it?
So I'll try to keep the story as short as possible. It's a long one. But when I was about 14 years old, I had a really bad motorcycle crash. I broke almost every bone below my left knee. The experience pretty much left me incapacitated. Pretty much unable to do anything I wanted to do for about a year. I went through physical therapy and it got me a good way. I mean, I was able to walk and do the stuff that I need to do on a day-to-day. But, you know, I was an athlete. I played multiple sports in and outside of school. So, you know, as soon as I got cleared, I was like, boom, let's go back into football. And my first practice back, it went great. But, you know, after not being on my feet for that long, I had so much fatigue, so much strain on all my muscles, my joints. I was hobbling around by the end of practice. And then immediately after that, I decided, you know what, all my friends play lacrosse. I'm going to go try out for lacrosse. So I hobbled around for the lacrosse tryouts and realized, okay, like, I know this is what I want to do. I love being active. I got to find a way to get back into doing what I love. So I had a really good experience with a few local trainers. They got me back up to a really good position and inspired me to kind of follow that type of route. And I had gone back and forth between different careers, whether it was physical therapy, occupational therapy, or even personal training. So I ended up going to school and went to Cal State San Marcos thinking that I was going to get into physical therapy school afterwards. And I spent a little bit of time working in a PT clinic, and it was a great experience. It was really eye-opening. It was very new to me because I had always coached buddies with weightlifting. I had worked as a TA for the weightlifting classroom for the boys football and wrestling and soccer. So it was something I was familiar with, but in that setting, it was so much different. I was working with people in so many different phases of life. It was really cool, but there was a few aspects about it that kind of, I don't want to say killed my ambition to continue pursuing it, but the way that the field was kind of projected to go, I was talking to some of the members of the board there, and they were saying there have been changes to insurance coverages and this, that, and the other. And if you're paying for your own schooling out of pocket, it doesn't make the most sense, depending on what your goals are, what you're going to be happy with. And at the time, I had a friend who was working as a trainer running her own business, and I thought it was the coolest thing. So there was a little bit of time between when I was doing that. I was working in more of a sales managerial role for another company, another industry, in the cycling industry. And it was really cool. I loved the people. I loved what I did. But at the end of the day, it still wasn't really scratching that itch. I didn't feel the sense of fulfillment because it was fun. I was doing what I like to do. I was helping people to some degree. But it's not the same effect as what you'd get in like a PT setting where you're really changing people's lives, or in a personal training or physical therapy. So about a year after I had been doing that role, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take the jump. I moved back to like the Murrieta, Menifee area, started my business, and that's kind of when things really started taking off. Like, I thought I had a pretty good foundation from my experience managing businesses and having the education and experience that I do with training, but there were some mountains. I'm pretty sure we can all attest to that.
It's a journey.
Absolutely. And along that journey, I met these fine folks. Unfortunately, it took me a little bit longer to meet Logan, but I met Franco and I met James pretty early on, and they were really helpful to have around. I would always come to them with some questions, with, you know, guidance when you're first starting your business, because these guys are the OGs of the area and personal training. And then one day I was on a mountain bike ride with Franco, and he was telling me about this great project that he had in mind. And, you know, I loved every interaction that I've had with him. He's a great guy. I trust his vision. And fast forward, in now we're here at Oasis, and to be a part of that journey as a personal trainer so new to the field it's mind-blowing for me. It really is incredible. The amount of impact, or the position that I'm in, to be able to create such a strong impact on the people that I'm working with it's hard to put into words. It's incredible.
It's pretty cool. It's a really cool journey. I didn't really know all this about Kurt. That's like real. Yeah, I was hooked onto the story. All right, James, your turn.
All right. So for me, kind of same thing, sports growing up. A big part of it was my dad, though. So I grew up watching my dad. He was a bodybuilder. So videos of me, like 1 and 2, watching him do his posing routine and stuff. I'm in diapers doing his posing routine, busting out push-ups. So I got those videos somewhere. But yeah,
We need to find this one.
I'll find them. Yeah, we'll throw it over this clip maybe. So my dad was a bodybuilder. Kind of growing up, he was running a boxing gym at the time too. So I grew up in the gym basically. So I loved boxing, had a big passion for it. Of course, my mom didn't want me to box. She didn't want me to get hit in the face. From that to football. So just, I'd say from like probably 6 or 7, I did like taekwondo, all those sports, to football. Played football for about 5 years. And then once I got to high school, I ended up breaking my collarbone first game. But then I just started weightlifting, kind of lost the passion for football a little bit. So I'd say right around sophomore, junior year, I just got into weightlifting. It was just starting to get in the gym. I started growing the passion for bodybuilding then. So did that style of training for a while up until I graduated. Right when I graduated, I was like, you know what, like I love being in the gym. So the next thing for me would be maybe step on stage and do a show. So I ended up doing one men's physique show. It was a cool experience. At that time, I started working with people in personal training. So I was like, I'm in the gym all the time. I'd love to get certified and start working with people. Got my cert thinking I was going to train just a bunch of young dudes trying to get strong in bodybuilding, and it was not the case. It was more so, clients in their 40s, 50s, 60s and up, overall health, extreme weight loss. And I think that's where the passion of personal training really came in, was more of helping people stay healthy. Overall health, changing their body. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into the training side. But I grew up with, fitness and sports since I was young. So I was, exposed to it already, which was really cool. And going on 11 years now of personal training. So it's been fun. It's been
awesome,
cool.
bro.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
My turn.
And the myth, the legend.
It was more like a transition for me. I did sports all my life, When I was a kid, I would try to keep it short, but when I was a kid, 4 or 5 years old, I got a lot of energy, like my boys, maybe a little bit more. So pretty much I was awake from the morning time until 12 p.m. every day, super active. And my mom was like, okay, let's put this kid, to some sports. And they sent me to football, our soccer, for you guys, our football, bicycles, and rugby. I asked for playing rugby when I was little. So I'm kind of like I'm so glad that they did that. Even in that way, I was like awake all day with a lot of energy. It was crazy playing 2 games in a row every week, So I'm glad that they did that, because it kind of like put me in that way that you're like, okay, this is what I love. I love sports. I love training. I'm super active. So I play sports, and I would say in 2017 when I retired, I was doing like a part-time personal trainer from 2000, I would say like a 10, 11, 10, probably around 2010 into 2017 part-time. I was like, what about now? Because when I stopped competing, I was feeling like empty. I was feeling sad. I was feeling like incomplete. How do you say? Incomplete, So I was like, okay, personal training is something that I really want to do. Heck yes, the impact that we have in the people, and trying to show and share with the people, especially here in this country, that you can enjoy your life, in a healthy way, not destroying body with sugar, alcohol, or many things, you know. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So it was a transition for me, you know. I was coaching, and before I was a personal trainer, I was even coaching too for specific sports. So it was something that I thought that I was bad about it. But after many years training people all around the world, like at different countries, learning about different culture, different athletes from high level to low level, senior people, you know, special populations, I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. So if I want to do this, I need to have the knowledge, because if I don't have the knowledge, I can literally hurt somebody. So I invest a lot of money and hours in taking license certification, studying, you know, a university and different things, plus the experience as an athlete, and I put everything together, and I was like, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Thank you, by the way, what you say about me. You're a great guy too. You two guys. I feel so comfortable with the Oasis team right now. Everybody working over here. It took some time to me to find the team. You know, I'm so glad for every person that stepped in this facility as a client, as a worker or co-worker, whatever you call, as a part of the team. But right now, guy, I think like we hit the sweet spot with Logan coming on board, you know. So anyways, you know that I trust you guys, you know. So thank you. And you're a great guy too.
Thank you. Can I interject real quick?
Yeah.
So seeing as that we're all athletes, how do you guys kind of still get that fulfillment from competition, from, you know, about not being on the field playing your sport? What's the substitute for you guys these days?
For me, I think it's like a different motivation. Like for me, I have to work out now not to be like, before I just wanted to be the biggest guy in the gym or the strongest guy, but now it's like more so I have kids now and I have a wife. So it's like staying healthy for them. You know, like my workouts are to perform for them now. You know, I have 2 boys too, so keeping up with those boys, and like I talked about, kind of like the longevity and the overall health side, that's like my motivation now. So like that's like the inner athlete is staying healthy for them, you know. That's every day's a game with those kids. So my wife.
That's pretty cool. I'm still working on it. Yeah, when you're an athlete, everybody, especially where I came from, everybody's teaching you how to compete, and winning mindset. And you know, I'm Argentine Italian. It's crazy over there. So, but nobody's teaching you how to stop competing, even with your own family, with your own friends, with your own clients. So I'm working on it. I'm still feeling sometimes kind of like empty, but being active, you know. Bicycles, training, pickleball, everything, you know. But it's difficult because when you do that for living pretty much, it's difficult to move forward.
Yeah, living is winning.
Exactly. But I'm working on it, and I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better. Guys, support me, you know.
Yeah, I kind of have a similar story with I stopped basketball at 16, and my brother was a trainer for 10 years. So kind of similar to James' story, there was always that person in my life that was involved in the gym, but I hated the gym. So my brother would always force me to go to the gym, and just growing up, I just would like cry to the gym. I hated my brother because he was just like a gym bro, eating eggs, working out. I just thought he was like dumb. And when I quit basketball, my parents was like, all right, you have to go to the gym and you have to work out with Kyle. You have to every day work out. And I was like, I was good at my sport, but I wasn't in shape. So when you're not in shape in your sport, you're not the best player. So once I got in really good shape and I had my own transformation, I realized the benefits outside of just the physical performance. I noticed that I felt a lot better mentally. The stress, the anxiety of like day-to-day life, or just like overall just like not feeling good. Once I made that transformation in the gym, like got really muscular, dropped the fat, it made me feel really good and really confident. And that's like what, like, I was like, wow, like now I understand why people invest so much time and energy into the gym, because of the fact that it just makes you feel good. It's like the daily medicine. It's like the one thing that is consistent that can pick up anyone. And so once I like experienced the transformation that my brother took me through, I was like, I want to do this for other people. Like, I love the way I feel. I love this journey. And like, that's what like brought my heart into coaching. And then, yeah, started as early as 17.
Look how cool is that. Sorry that I interrupt you, but look how cool is that. But because we are kind of feeling the same thing, you know, how we impact, how we can help, you know, the people. Because at the end of the day, yeah, this is a business, and every business needs to make money, you know, and to provide to the family and, you know, to grow. But at the end of the day, we are working with people, and that's the truly goal, to impact, which we did, you know, and we keep doing it every day. That's a very honest, like a purpose, you know, to help the people, to impact. And I think that it sounds kind of like a pride, you know, but I think that we are doing it, and that keeps my motivation up. You know?
I think that's the foundation of like what everyone became a coach, because Kurt got help, James got help, you got help, it helped me. Then we're like, okay, this like really helped out a lot, having this coach in my life. Now I want to become that. So it's like kind of a similar story for all of us.
And I can almost tell like clients too the same thing of like when people see them on top of it, they don't realize how many people they're inspiring. You know, like we're coaching them, we're keeping them accountable. But when, you know, they have friends and family seeing them do it, they're inspiring those people too. So it kind of just trickles all the way down, which is really cool.
At the end of the day, you can try to motivate, you know, or you can speak, you know, but they see what you do.
Yeah, you have to be an example of your product.
Exactly.
And that's like why I think a lot of times people get in good shape within, and then all their friends and family start coming to us, and then we're helping a family, then we're helping like a whole friend group. Like that's really how it works for us as trainers, how we build our client list. It's all built off of friends and family.
Actually, not just with clients, with family. Actually, if you talk, for example, with my kid, Liam is 5 years old. If you ask to him about sugar, protein, the eggs, the meat and everything, or endurance or whatever, he's like, I'm not gonna say that he knows everything, of course not, he's just a kiddo, but he has a pretty good idea how good things or bad things works. I think like not just as a trainer, that as a father, I'm pretty sure like you want to be a good father, you know?
Absolutely.
So this is just for dads and moms, you know? Sorry guys. And so I think that's something that I see a lot of value, you know? Yeah. Just impacting in the family too, not just the clients. Yeah.
I think we really dove into like each other's story. I want to touch on this point real quick. What makes Oasis different from any typical gym that you guys have worked at? Because I've worked at 4 other gyms. Franco's worked at many gyms. Kurt, you all have also worked at many gyms. James as well. What makes Oasis different?
Biggest thing for me is community. You know, that's a big one. I think not just between us, you know, but definitely, you know, the clients and the members, really good people. I think we like to hold the standard high, but I think the big thing is we actually maintain it too. So from the gym media equipment, all the bells and whistles, right? It's nice to have the best stuff, but to maintain it is a whole different thing. So, you know, when it comes to cleaning and, you know, taking care of everything, I like to think we do a pretty good job of that. And I hear it from the clients as well, and I notice it myself coming from different gyms. It's, like I said, it's keeping that bar high and just maintaining it. But yeah, the equipment and community for sure.
Yeah, I agree with him. Also, I think the team concept.
wanted to say team.
I work in Argentina, in many gyms, in Chile, here. This is different, and this is for the people too. It's not because it's our gym. It's different. We are a team. We are so solid. When you come over here to Oasis, I have the feeling that, yes, we are working and we work hard, but also I feel like we are connecting with friends, community, like he said. So I would say like key word over there, a team. We are a team. I don't like to compare with the rest of the gyms and other area, but the concept is different. We try to keep super clean, the community, music, environment. We really care, about the team and the clients, friends. And actually, if you check Oasis, it's like a base community, like people from church, business owner, family, friends supporting us, and that makes unique. But I think the most important thing is behind Oasis is what we believe, You know that I'm a big believer, I believe in God big time, and I try to use His way to do things, here at the business. It's difficult, it's a challenge, but the people, they can feel it, they can taste it, they can smell it, whatever you want to say it. Yeah. And I think that makes a big difference compared with another teams or gyms at the area.
Yeah, I think what I want to touch on for what Franco said, my answer to that question was going to be team. Like, it's so cool being a part of a team of trainers. We are all working together to like better this community. That
you're still in trial.
I know. All right. I'm the one running the podcast. All right, the team aspect of like not competing with each other. Like everyone that comes in here is like one team, even the clients, like they feel that. Like it's not like where like other gyms, it's more independent, and it's not saying that that's bad, but everyone's doing their own thing independently. But here, it's all one shared team, and we're all bettering ourselves together. And I think that really stands out because it's not like I don't have to worry about Kurt stealing a client of mine, but instead we're all collaborating together.
I would too.
So like he would never be able to. But like in a training session where me and Kurt, we're in charge of different people, but in realistic, Kurt's helping me coach another person and I'm helping coach another person. That like, I think that's really stands out. And it strengthens the community, makes it more positive.
Yep, actually that was my idea, my vision before I opened Oasis. I was working before Oasis at another gym. I am so thankful, for that place, what I did over there, the community and everything. But I was like having a limit over there, a roof. In some aspect, the place represents me very well. In some aspect, no, I want to create my own style, Yeah. That's why I opened Oasis, to attract, to create, to put the style that I want, And the key was like, for me, a team, because you can be like an amazing trainer, but if you are by yourself or maybe with another trainer, doing kind of like a partner, you're gonna have a limit. Yeah. So I thought, okay, I need to be humble over here, and I need to understand that I need help. I was needing help because I was working all day, every day, many hours, and at one point I was like, well, what about this? What about after this? So I tried to. That was the most important thing for me, the team aspect. Because I truly believe when you have a team, the right team, I think that you can do great things. If you have a healthy goal and you have a great team, you can do cool stuff and impact, not just here, in a big way.
Yeah, I agree with that. Kurt, what's one thing?
I think these guys hit the nail right on the head. I mean, the foundation of Oasis is panning out to be, I would argue, exactly what we set out for it to be. A clean environment where everyone can feel at home. You never really feel like you're out of place. It's doing a great job of that. I love the concept of us having non-competition between trainers. I know a joke saying I would take I'm not going to do that. That's not me. You're right, I couldn't. Again, like Franco said, I'm not the type to compare our experience here at Oasis to other gyms around the area, but one thing I can say that's not specific to any one particular gym is that there's no other place that I've been to, private, public, whatever, where I can walk into the gym or any of our clients can walk into the gym and be welcomed by their name. Like the relationship
good point.
that we have and our clients have with each other is so much different than anything I've seen firsthand, and two, I mean, different than anyone has been able to recreate, you know. It truly is a sense of extended family. Like on my birthdays or any holiday, really, there's so much love being shown by people that I've either known for years or people that I've just met. Everybody's so great. I'm very proud to say that we're the home of that.
Yeah. Cool. That's a really good response. Last question. Okay, so what would you say to someone that's been putting off the change that they need to make? Going to the gym, eating healthier, changing their lifestyle, maybe slowing down on the drinking. What would you say to them?
Going to the gym, sports, training, putting healthy stress in your body, it doesn't have an impact in chest, muscle mass, body fat percent, ligament, bones, hormones, and all this stuff. I think it has like a tremendous impact in personality, you know, how you see yourself, how you see the others, self-esteem, self-care. Our body is a temp, you know, we have to take care of ourselves, because I always mention to my clients, you can have your fancy car or your house, your company, whatever, everything, you know, but if you don't have health, or if you're not in a good shape, it doesn't make sense, you know. So we are gonna have this body until the last day, and we need to take care of this one. So you can put excuses like, oh no, I need to invest like this money and this stuff. Oh no, I don't have time. Yeah, but you have to make the time to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody's gonna do that for you. You have to do it. I don't see that as an option. Me too. I remember I always mention this. I had Liam when he born. I think like next day, non-sleeping, I went to work because my people, their people, they need to work out. You know, I want to be an example. You know, so if I can, I'm not super special, super human being, you know, if I can, they can do it too. Yeah. So I think that we should stop like that, the time, the money. No, you have to make it happen. You have to do it. There's no.
That was going to be my response, was that your health is your number one asset. A lot of people prioritize their car, their house, other assets, and they put a lot of time, money, and energy towards it, but then they put their body and their health out the back burner. The one that they least prioritize, but it always provides the greatest return, which is health and time. And I think a lot of times people need to realize that it's not just about the physical appearance. That's not the reason why you should be in the gym. I think it should be for your health, for the loved ones around you, because I believe that if you're in the gym and you're eating healthy and you're disciplined in every area of life, you're going to be a better person for your company, for your family, for the loved ones around you. And that's like my deep why, is like my body, my health. The gym is that one constant thing that keeps me disciplined. It's my medicine. It keeps me just a good person. Without it, I don't know what I would do. So.
I agree with you. Actually, let me add something else. I'm pretty sure every business owner, they can kind of like agree in this. It's kind of weird, but when you are at the gym, you have to put a healthy stress to your body. You have to jump obstacles. You know, you have to. It's a challenge, right? So when you have the business, it's kind of like the same. You have to went through many challenges, right? I'm honest with you. I was able to do this because, of course, God, my wife's people, friends, but also because the sport, they had a lot of impact in my life. So it let me open Oasis, because the process was extremely difficult in every single aspect. So look how the gym or how a sport can impact your business or your family or your mindset, you know. So it's extremely important to, and we are in 2026. This is for the people, probably my grandfather, he was like cutting wood, you know, to turn on the fire. And right now we are like, honey, it's kind of like a call, okay, 72 or 73, or you want it at 80, you know, through the phone. So we're getting, the city is not like designed for walking or running, you know, so it's kind of like we have to come back to those active times, you know. We have to invest.
Get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Exactly.
There you go.
Say
That's the favorite line. Get
Yeah, exactly.
comfortable with the comfort. Get comfortable
Yeah.
with the uncomfortable.
Yeah, one of my favorite rugby player, Richie McCall, and he say, world champion, you know, you have to get comfortable doing uncomfortable things, because right there is the success.
Yeah.
Same thing for those ones, they want to start the gym, but they are overthinking. Stop thinking, you know, show up here at Oasis, we will take care of you. We will help you.
Awesome.
There you go.
Kurt, anything you want to add in?
Yeah, just getting your foot in the door is always the hardest part, you know. And I think coming from me, where I grew up around fitness or health, you know, working out, and same with Liam, right? Like they see that growing up. Some people never experience that, right? So I think, you know, just pushing yourself to step into the gym, give it a try, no matter where you're at, you know, with your health, your fitness, you just got to start. And then once you usually start, everyone's like, I wish I started sooner. It happens every time.
Yes,
It
I
happens
heard that many
every
times.
time. Like, man, why didn't I do this sooner? So it's
Imagine
like,
if I started 2 years
exactly.
ago. Yeah.
And so if you don't start, that's just going to keep happening, right? So just get in, get going. Yeah.
On that note, I mean, not to continually self-promote, but I mean, this is probably one of the best places to do it, right? Because you're going to have your hand held through pretty much the entire process. A lot of people put off getting back into the gym because it's that fear of like, okay, well, now I'm at the gym. Where do I go? What do I do? I know this machine. I'll do that one. Okay, I did that. Okay, I guess I'm going to go home. Having a coach to walk you through and scale your workouts to what your capabilities are, if you're able to make it happen, it is such a good investment. I mean, it takes all the thinking, it takes all the stress out of it. And to kind of circle back, the community here is going to be supportive. They're going to welcome you. It's not going to be like, oh, I was on that machine, get off. You know, it's welcoming. Not to be a complete cornball, but I was on Instagram the other day and came across a reel that was a little bit silly, one of the street interview type things. And the overall premise was, do you want $1 million? Yeah, you do want $1 million? Awesome. You can have $1 million, but you won't wake up tomorrow. Will you still take the $1 million? Or however much money? And for most people, the obvious answer is going to be no. Well, what, if I can't wake up tomorrow, then what's the point? And I mean, it kind of makes you step back. Don't get me wrong, I know it's a little bit corny, but
No, I've watched that video. It made me think about it.
yeah, it makes you step back and realize, okay, like we always have this vision of, man, my life would be so crazy, so good if I had X, Y, and Z. Well, you know, that stuff is great, but at the end of the day, what are your values? What are your priorities? Like, do you plan on having a family? Do you want to be able to play with your kids, play with your grandkids? It's tough because it's become so normalized to just kind of accept, oh, I'm getting older, I guess my metabolism slows down, or my body aches, so I can't do this anymore. And comparing that to the reality of how transformative guided fitness can be. Like, I always use him as an example. My 86-year-old grandpa, I've coached him through 2 knee replacement surgeries, and he can still do full-blown burpees. It's ridiculous. He's a tank.
He's inspired. He is inspired.
Yeah. So I've been training him for the past 2 years, and prior to it, I mean, he could get around, but it was a struggle. And he still has his aches and pains, but you know, at almost 90 years old, to be able to be as active and capable as him, there's no reason why you should be saying, no, I can't get into fitness. You know, it's...
I heard like somebody saying like you have many problems until you have a health problem, and over there you have just one problem. Kind of like what he's trying to say. It's like
Every day is a blessing.
exactly.
Yeah.
You have to take advantage of it. I think that was a really cool podcast. First one.
Let's see.
We all shared some inspiring stories and shared some pretty cool
Should
perspectives.
we do like the volleyball girls when they put their hands like what?
We're not doing
Okay.
no cornball stuff.
Okay.
No cornball stuff.
Kurt's always down. Look,
Like that. Yeah. Okay. Anyways.
No, but yeah. So, I mean, if this is your first time tuning into anything Oasis related, we've built Oasis for people that want more for their health, for their lifestyle. And that's what makes this gym completely different, is that we are here to serve people, and the people that come in here, they're here for the right reasons, for their health, for their family, for their business. And it's a completely different experience than anyone has ever experienced. And I think people are able to witness that because we are the face front of the business. We're the ones that are running it. And I believe we're here for the right reasons. So
Absolutely. Thank you for the podcast. I think that we should do it more often.
I think so.
But I think like I should write down the questions.
No, I think my question.
Nah, that was pretty good.
Kurt, you have anything to say?
Come to Oasis. You won't be disappointed.
Perfect. James, finish it off.
oh man, you have me finish.
Yeah, you
One-
love the camera.
Yeah,
You gotta do
I
it.
was about to say that. Thanks for
951.
yeah, right. Thanks for putting this together. You know me, I am usually behind the camera, and I prefer to stay back there. But you got me out here, and I had fun. So
You did
thanks.
pretty good. You did pretty decent.
Hey, I'm comfortable with you guys.
One more thing, if you hear a weird accent, it's not me. It's the microphone, just in case.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
There you go. Episode 1.
Pretty good.